Hello and welcome to the weekly, monthly live stream with the Pleiadian Council and me channel. So if you go into the YouTube comment box, wait, why is that not working? 1 second. Okay, so the link to join the meeting is in the YouTube comment box. And so welcome. I'm Dante Starshine. I channel the Pleiadian Council. They are an interdimensional group consciousness supporting our planet in our evolution and awakening. And this is a monthly offering to support everyone in their own process of development and awakening. Pleiadian Council comes through with an opening message and then answers the questions that are brought into the space. The questions can be asked aloud, ideally, because when you are interacting with the Pleiadian Council, there's sometimes questions that they need to ask you to go into your own process of inner questioning, inner inquisition, and self-understanding. And for those sorts of explorations, when you have a dialogue, it's much more helpful. And nonetheless, some people don't want to speak on the video, and you can type your questions out and somebody will read the questions out loud. You might not get as much information, but most likely we will have the time to get to them. What else do I need to say? When you're not speaking in the Zoom room, please make sure you're muted. Background sounds can really interfere and cause some issues for us in this space, so I really appreciate it. Also, what did I just do? Did something. And yeah, you can unmute yourself to ask a question whenever the person before you is complete with the question. Depending on how many people are in the space, we may have the chance for about a 5-minute interaction, but perhaps there's less people and you'll have more time. Today, I hope to finish 45 minutes from now to, or maybe an hour, an hour or 45 minutes from now. That will leave space for a closing meditation. If it goes longer, I can't guarantee that because I do have to be finished in 1 hour and 15 minutes from this moment. So as well, these sessions are free offerings, and if you want to support the channeling that I share on YouTube, an amazing way to do that is through donating, and I will put a link in the Zoom chat where you can send me a donation on PayPal or on Venmo. I really appreciate that, and it helps me to continue to offer this freely. And of course, when you do private sessions or the channeling class, which I offer, that's an amazing way to support as well. And that also supports yourself. And as well, to mention that we get a little bit out of these sessions, but when you have that full time and space for yourself and your own inquiries, the channeling sessions can certainly go a lot deeper. So all of the information about that is on dantestarshine.com. The Channeling Intuitive Healing course is a 3 to 4 month container of 12 calls and over about 12 hours of pre-recorded content in addition to those calls that set up the space for you to learn how to channel yourself and learn how to do different intuitive healing skills that will help you work with other people, but also help you in your own life to live in an intuitive way and understand how to establish that connection with your own higher self for being in an aligned state, expanding into more creativity, and making the decisions that really make your heart sing in life. So if you're interested in that, we have one container that's about to close, which means the next one is enrolling. And whenever we have 4 students signed on. I am comfortable setting a date and starting the container. So if you're interested in this program, do let me know and we can dive in. So with all of that said, I think in one moment we can begin.
Your book.
Oh, the book. I have a book. It's called The Guidebook to Living Love on Earth. It came about through many hours of channeling sessions. And it is all about our awakening process and understanding the metaphysical nature of our reality. There's so much content there. It's almost 400 pages, and it's a big book. It's available on Kindle and it's available on Amazon. And there's many more books on the way. Many more, yeah. Not all the way right away, but there's several works in progress that you can look forward to. Okay, so let's begin. Actually, one second. I just realized I want to set a timer for myself this time. Hello, and we say a fantastic day to you at this moment of your time. We are the Pleiadian Council, and we speak on behalf of the Galactic Alliance, supporting your world in this vast process of awakening and ascension. We thank you for allowing this transmission to take place, for it is a gift, it is an honor, and it is a blessing to be able to connect with you and support your world in this process of growth and awakening. Our many thanks to you, and we want to welcome you to this transmission at this time. We are supporting your world through these transmissions, as are many other beings who come and greet you in this space. Today, we want to share a message with you that we entitle, Why is My Spiritual Awakening So Up and Down? This is a very common experience for so many of you, that you tap into these incredibly high states of consciousness, these incredibly high states of bliss and love for some period of time, to find that it is rapidly followed by a deeper crash into challenging emotions or negative experiences. And then not long after, you suddenly raise your frequency again to find that surely it's followed by another dip in your frequency. And we want to clarify, why does this happen? And how can you find balance in this regard? So, as you are on this path of evolution, you find that it is natural, or it is common, at least in your world, that you humans find many different ways of suppressing your emotions. You push them down with work, with addictions, with relationships that are not deep and are superficial. You push them down with even spiritual experiences at times. And whenever you push down or suppress emotions, they are certain to come back up to the surface. There are many teachings in your world that bring you to value only the positive emotions and experiences, and at all costs avoid these experiences of negative or challenging emotion. We would say that there's no such thing as an emotion that is bad or wrong, and all negative emotions have a positive core intent that you need to open to and explore. So why is the spiritual journey so up and down? It has to do very much with your own chakra system. This is the perfect way of understanding this, that the upper chakras are where you experience energies of spiritual connection, of bliss, of powerful imagination, of wonder, of joy, oftentimes. These centers are more connected to higher dimensions beyond this reality. And they are places where you can bring some of those beautiful and wondrous energies into your body and into your experience. Whereas the lower chakras, are the ones that so often store negative emotions and energies, trauma, and your fears. These chakras are necessary for your survival in physical reality. They are, in fact, much more important in some regards when it comes to your basic human functions. And so this process of escaping emotions or suppressing them sends all of your energy way up into the realms of the upper chakras. And when you go up there, you feel this bliss and you feel this joy and you feel connection. However, energy has to continuously cycle and flow. This is the natural way that energy moves through any organism, from a cell to the entire universe. It is this toroidal flow up and down, back and forth. And when you use any practice to suppress emotion, you are essentially using your force to keep your focus and your energy up in the upper chakras where there is love, bliss, joy, positive feelings. However, it's impossible to maintain it forever. And then when you lose your strength of forcing that energy up, you naturally collapse, and then all of your focus goes back into the lower chakras where these more negative and challenging emotions are held in your being. This process will feel very exhausting. It is the process that many of you have lived or continue to live. You will find that gradually you get better at choosing to do something different. And the different way of working with your own energy is, instead of choosing to force your energy upwards, is to go with the natural momentum of where your energy is going and have comfort in releasing into experiencing whatever you are feeling in the level of those lower chakras. This means getting in touch with the fear that exists there, getting in touch with the jealousy that exists there, getting in touch with the sadness that may exist there, getting in touch with the rage that may exist there, and allowing yourself to be present with those feelings and understand what purpose they serve. We've spoken very much about this in various ways, and we can say, in brief, that you will feel angry as this emotion allows you to assert boundaries and reclaim your power. You may feel fear as this emotion allows you to protect yourself and choose to build a safety net. You may feel sadness as this emotion allows you to surrender, to rest, and to care. And all of these emotions that you feel at this deeper level have a positive use and a positive expression. It is actually your avoidance of them and that tendency to push your energy up that will cause you to act in ways that will lead to situations that pile on more of the same negative emotions you are avoiding. You can do this continuously until a point that you collapse, and you then start to look for another way of doing things. And as we've said, this will often have cycles. Some person might choose to first push their energy up with addictions and realize that this doesn't work. And then they will instead choose to push their energy up with work and with striving. And they might feel very good about themselves and love the recognition they get from harnessing their willpower in that way. But eventually they will see how much they've been overcompensating. This may lead to doing the same thing with ecstatic-based spiritual practices and things that work at only pushing the energy into the upper chakras to experience that bliss without sinking in deeper, to eventually realize that this also doesn't work. Your upper chakras, especially that third eye, is very much connected with your eyes. And so the way that your world has you focus so much of the time on screens is another example of how your whole culture at this time is set up to make you break from your lower half and focus on only what goes on in your head. Many of you consider dropping into the heart, and this is very important and one of the core teachings of our message. But you also have to drop from within your heart into your body and into being and resting there in your body in this way. So when you make it a regular practice of letting yourself connect with those deeper emotions and the energy that is stored in those lower chakras more of the time, you will find that instead of your energy spiking up into joy and down into deep, heavy levels of fear or shame, and then back up into joy and then back down, that you will instead be at a more even middle place. And at that even middle place, you will be able to experience the bliss and the deeper emotions like the fear and sadness simultaneously. You will be able to experience the high frequency love and simultaneously those negative and challenging emotions. And when you can have that whole body awareness and that whole spectrum awareness of the full range of emotion, all of the time, you will find that triggers don't ruin your day. And you will find that you will remain more aware of your environment and other people within it. You will find that you are less forgetful. You will find that you are more centered and your communication becomes clearer. You will find your life changing in very powerful ways. This process of finding that balanced place will be so incredibly rewarding for you, as it will allow you to be fully divine and fully human all the time, instead of cycling back and forth between feeling incredibly spiritual, incredibly connected, then back into feeling incredibly ashamed of your humanness. You will be able to hold everything all at once, always. So allow yourself to drop in more. Allow yourself to be more present with all of your experiences. And as you do this, you will find as well that your relationships move on to a whole nother level of deeper connection as well. So we love you very much. We thank you very much for opening to this transmission. And we now ask, in which ways can we be of service to you? And we would ask for, Matei, if it hasn't been done already, can you share the link to this Zoom in the channeling course group? Because the channel did not remember that.
Okay.
So whenever you would like to begin with any of your questions, you may do so as you like.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I am glad to know you hear me. You hear me well, correctly?
Yes.
Thank you. So, blessings to you. Thank you for allowing this.
Yes.
I have some more questions. First of all, you talked about getting in touch with the chakras, and I have problems, or I have, I don't know, not problems, difficulties with my root chakra. And
Yeah.
each time I try to do visualizing meditation, to visualize the roots of my root chakra, it's difficult for me to imagine the roots, uh, and when I try to tune into the root chakra to feel the emotions, it's I feel nothing. I I am like, I don't know how to reach the root chakra.
Because the root chakra is connected to your physical body and form, the best way to connect with the root chakra isn't through meditation, but it is through how you care for your body. It's through eating healthy food, exercising, and creating a safe and comfortable shelter for yourself, and connecting with other humans in wonderful ways. This is what the root chakra needs more than anything else. So how is your experience of some of those activities?
I used to do a lot of sports, but I don't know why my higher self makes me break my foot. So now I cannot do this anymore. So my way of coping with my root chakra was by doing sports. But now I cannot. I don't know what is the message for the higher self breaking my foot.
Perhaps it is to get your feet on the ground in more secure ways. How is your foot now?
I have to wait for the foot to heal.
All right.
maybe
But
I pushed too much, and I break the platform of the foot.
yes,
So
that is possible.
so I have no other way for my
When did this
job.
happen?
Um, three, four, 4 weeks ago.
All right. And are you doing physical therapy?
No, I massage myself.
We would encourage you to do physical therapy. If you cannot afford it right now, look up on YouTube physical therapy practices for a broken foot. And we would also want to tell you that you can do the practice of yin yoga as a way of connecting with your body, even with a broken foot. You will have to adjust many of the postures. There will only be some that you can do, but especially when you are injured, it is important to do something. You need to work around the injuries and conditions within your body, understanding that what is healing for your body will feel pleasurable in some way, even if you are stretching in a way that is intense. You will feel relief, and pleasure after the stretch, and it will not hurt during the stretch. It is common in your world that demands, in so many ways, that you push yourself beyond your limits, that you bring this same tendency into your way of working your body. This happened with your sports injury. Yet many people also do this with yoga or other such practices. So if you work around the injury, making sure to not cause any pain or any strain, you will find that to move your body in very gentle ways in a practice like yin yoga is very healing and very helpful for your root chakra. We would also encourage you to consume, one moment, grounding food like beetroot, for example, beans and lentils, and other such high fiber foods to support your root chakra. We would encourage you to sit in a meditative posture with your foot that isn't broken against your root chakra, taking your heel to the base of your spine and letting it rest there, creating a physical pressure against the root, as touch is a very helpful way to connect with the root. We would also encourage you to sit with your back against a tree and use that to support the process of your meditation with the root, using the physical tree as an anchor so that you can visualize your own roots growing into the ground with the tree.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So the root, it's about accepting this reality. So
Yes, it's about
what?
being in this reality.
Okay, but I am here. That's it. But my higher self, what he wants me to understand, what I don't accept.
You tell us, what do you not accept?
He cannot say.
What do you not accept? What is causing you to push harder in a way that makes you ungrounded? Why are you pushing yourself so hard? Why are you demanding so much of the universe?
Okay, so for you, all it's perfect as it is right now. on your point
Yes,
of view.
correct. It always is. You can have wants and desires, that is good, that is part of your experience. However, remember the formula as having no insistence on the desires. Remember, the Buddha said attachment to desire is the cause of suffering. It's very akin to what we say in the formula. You can want whatever you want, but whenever you attach to it, you are creating your own pain. Everything actually is perfect, just as it is right now.
Okay, last question. Do you think I want to move house? I want to move house. Do you think it's not happening because of my root chakra? Because
Yes.
so I cannot manifest the move at the level I am right now.
Yes, because you are forcing and you are not accepting.
Oh, okay. And there is someone influencing my tarot decks. There is someone because I want to practice, but
Practice
it's not
what?
working. Tarot deck cards.
Yes, practice. Share it.
Yes.
Share it online. You will find many people who are interested in readings if you look in the right places.
But each time I try to practice, it's giving me the answer for somebody else, not myself. I don't know why it's happening.
Are you sure that's what's happening?
I keep having the same answer about someone else.
All right. Then look deeper. You might not be reading or interpreting this message in the right way.
Okay, so you don't see negative beings influencing.
No.
Okay, thank you so much for answering my question. Thank you so much.
Our thanks to you as well. Somebody else has a question.
Hello, pleading.
Hello, yes.
Hello, pleading council. Thank you so much for this transmission.
Our thanks to you.
And your opening message really, really resonates with me a lot. So I really appreciate you articulating that. And I wanted to ask more about that. Is this what you described, the ups and downs and some of the causes of that? Is this what is considered as what we call spiritual bypassing?
Yes.
Okay.
Though the ups and downs, as we've said, also include so many other things. Many other non-spiritual things send your energy into your upper body and upper chakras in a different way. For example, addictions do that, watching the screens do that, overworking and overthinking does that. So it's not only a spiritual kind of bypass, it's all of the ways that you bypass. And so many people begin the spiritual path and start to spiritually bypass because the circuitry of bypassing is already set up so well in their system.
I see. So can you talk a little bit more than what is meant by spiritual bypass, like specifically spiritual bypassing? Is it less an emotion based and can you just please talk to that a little bit more?
It's using spiritual concepts to go beyond the feeling nature and into your head space.
I see.
So oftentimes you will try to make up a story, a positive story, and we love that you can, yes, find a positive use of a negative situation. That's very important. But when you do that in a way that denies your own emotional experience in the moment, you are blocking your awareness of the energy stored in those lower chakras. So it's still important to be, yes, very optimistic, but when your optimistic is a denial of what you're feeling, then it becomes spiritual bypassing.
I see. Okay. Thank you for explaining that.
Yes.
And further to that, for instance, recently I have felt I can tell there's a lot of air trapped in my body. And is that a symptom of me pushing up into my upper chakras?
Yes, it is more of a symptom of not connecting with the lower chakras, because the air element in your physical body is connected with the colon and the lungs. And so this colon, which is the root chakra, and connected to the lungs, the connection between the root chakra and the heart is not circulating energy in the clearest way. So connecting with these organs, connecting with your breath in your belly, for example, instead of connecting with your breath in your chest, is a way of grounding into that energy, allowing yourself to connect on that deep level with the root chakra. Because again, another way of dealing with air is by working with the oppositional element that balances out. In this case, air and earth balance each other out. So connecting with that earth element in the root, which also deeply connects with the colon, you can let some of that excess air go from the body.
Okay. That makes absolute sense. And I think some of that feels related to me trying to work on my spine injury and trying to work on getting my lower abdomen pressed against my spine in order to develop those core muscles, but that might be actually causing this secondary air trapping. Does that seem correct? Or
Yes.
yeah, okay.
So remember not to force it. Remember in your movements to listen to what might feel like pain and not push into the pain. Just standing in the right position is developing your core in a lot of ways. You can still incorporate some yoga, not as intense as before. We would suggest that some gentle balancing poses that feel good and feel comfortable is a very good way to establish that deeper root connection. We would also suggest taking the supplement Schisandra berry.
Okay. Great. Schisandra berry. Okay. Thank you so much, Pleiadians. My unconditional love to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Deep
it.
love to you as well.
Hello, there is a question on YouTube, but Tom has also a question. Tom,
All right,
do
yes.
you want me to read or?
Yes, please read it.
Okay. Tom say, hi, how long ago? No, sorry. Hi, how long should I stay in the sauna at my gym for wrinkle-free facial skin? Question mark.
Generally, you can do the sauna for 15 to 20 minute increments at a time. You can do this for 3 to 5 sets, depending on how many days a week you are doing it. You have to, of course, listen to your body and make sure that you hydrate properly in order for this to be really beneficial. Don't sit in the sauna more than is comfortable for you. You can overheat your body and cause complication.
Okay, thank you. The question from Thomas. How long is it good to stay in this? How long is it good to stay in the sauna for detox? Question mark.
That was the question we answered, was it not?
Okay. Okay. It was another part.
Oh, it's the
Okay.
same.
Okay. What nutrients are there to improve facial skin for wrinkles and blemishes? Question mark. Thank you.
Collagen is one important supplement for the skin. And this is not really a supplement, but you can try using a derma roller for the skin. For those who are not vegetarian, they can use bone broth for the skin as well. There are, of course, many different sorts of products that you can try on the skin. We would encourage you to choose those that are natural. Horsetail extract is also very beneficial for the skin.
Okay, thank you. Now I will read the question from YouTube. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, Livestream lovers say, while chanting mantras, I get a tingling sensation on my forehead between my eyes. The eyes close, tingling themselves. Point. What is going on? Question mark. Thank you.
You're activating your third eye chakra. You may as well be activating your eyes, which are connected to the third eye chakra. Some mantras will have a more particular connection to the third eye, but anytime that you are focusing your brain in that meditative way, the third eye chakra is switching on, and it is then activating and allowing for special energies to flow up into the third eye and creating awareness, awakening. And as you continue to do this or other practices, you might find that different spiritual gifts and awareness of subtle energy start to turn on.
Okay, thank you. There is one other question from YouTube. Do you want me to read?
Yes, please.
Okay. So Ryu says, question, what natural food or supplements are there to grow and maintain muscles? Question mark.
Men will have no problem taking pine pollen extract, but again, any sort of work on the muscles needs to be met with the physical exercise on at least 5 days a week for the supplement to have an effect. Pine pollen is not going to do that on its own. You could also try a supplement, Butia superba. Now, these supplements, because they increase testosterone, might not be that supported for use by women. The women could try to use the pine pollen powder, as that has a strength increasing effect without a testosterone boosting effect. One moment. Oh yes, you would also want to use cordyceps. Anyone could use this. Cordyceps is a very powerful agent for increasing the recovery time from exercise. And now there are a wide variety of other sorts of anti-inflammatory supplements that support this as well. So you can understand that anything that is healing inflammation will increase that muscle recovery time and allow you to go a bit deeper into your exercise practice. And of course, the mushroom blends of anti-inflammatory mushrooms are a great asset to have.
Okay, thank you. He asked also how many eggs a day is appropriate to build and keep muscles. Thank you.
Well, when you work out, you are making micro tears in your muscles that the muscles then recover from. And you will need to continuously do this. You will need to do it essentially forever in order to maintain the muscles. So there's no stopping. However, if you do stop after having built muscles, you will retain muscle memory, which means you will be able to get back to that level of muscular development quicker if you stop exercising. So it isn't to say if you stop that your progress is totally lost, because you will have an easier time gaining muscles the next time, but you will need to work out forever if you want to keep your muscles.
Okay, because I have heard too many eggs will damage the liver. I don't know if it's linked.
It depends. It really depends what else you have in your diet. Because if you are also taking in a lot of healthy food that detoxes the liver, you could have many eggs and not have a problem. We would not encourage anyone to eat more than 10 eggs a week, however.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Iago Rodriguez Dopico from YouTube asked a question. Hi there, question. I am pretty sure I died last year, point. I would like to know why exactly did my team bring me back, point. Thank you.
You were not brought back by a team without your free will and consent. When one has a near-death experience, one goes to source and is given the choice. Do you wish to come back, or do you wish to stay here? It is a judgment-free choice. You understand all of the ramifications of that choice in a deeper way when you are at that other side. And when you do choose to return, you come back often in a parallel reality that is slightly different than the one that you started off in. And sometimes this means that accidents that happened didn't happen, or that you had an accident and then it was all blurry in your mind for a moment and suddenly you were somewhere else. There's many sorts of near-death experiences and ways that you make that shift from one parallel reality to another and come back into this reality. But nobody comes back against their free will. So you came back because you chose to come back.
Okay, thank you. Do you think I can ask a question, or maybe someone?
Please give the space to others, for there are some who have not yet asked any question at all.
Okay, there is no more question on YouTube.
Well, there are others in the chat who are live here that would like to ask questions, we are sure. In the Zoom room.
Hello, can I
Hello.
say something?
Yeah.
Nice to be talking to you guys.
Yes. Nice to connect with you as well, yes.
Yes, life is good. Life is good. So it's more of a comment. I just want to say life is good. And I think that your consultancy and advice is why my life is good. as always. So thank you.
Well, it's good because you followed it. We can't take all of the credit. You must embrace the fact that you actually listened, because there are many out there who do not listen, but ask questions anyway.
Yes, well, as I don't really have questions anymore, I would like to say, if you were in our shoes, if you were in our physical shoes here, is there a question that we're not seeing, that we're not asking? Is there something that we're not asking that you think, well, actually, we should be asking?
Yes, the question would be, why do I want what I want? Is my want really my heart's passion? Because some of you hear heart's passion and you automatically think that what you want is your heart's passion. But wanting can often come from a different place. So whenever you are feeling wanting, ask yourself, is this desire the desire of my heart, or is this the desire of my mind? Not That isn't the right word. One moment. Because your heart has a mental quality. Is this the desire? Is this the desire the result of my belief systems and my stories and my sub-personalities, not grounded in my heart? Many of you don't ask this question, and we would say that this is a very important question to ask. And then from that point, we would want you to ask, how can my heart's true excitement light up the excitement of many others in deeper ways? Because we want you to remember to be not afraid of being bold in the sharing of your heart. If it lights up your heart, it's there in your life for a reason, and other people need to see it and experience it. Now, remember that if other people don't feel as excited about it as you do, that's just fine. Because even if they are having a reaction that you don't prefer, you're still setting an example that they will not forget. And you're still influencing their energy in a love-based way that's going to carry through them. And it's planting a seed for them to remember, to return onto their own heart and choose to let their heart guide them too.
That's great. That's great. That's good guidance for me as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thanks to you, yes.
Hello, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, welcome, yes.
First of all, I would like to have an update about current energies. How do you see the economic meltdown to progress? What's the schedule for it?
During the next Mercury retrograde beginning tomorrow, there will be some interesting experiences happening in some of your world economies, particularly in the United States. It's not going to be a devastation. In fact, most people will not experience it, but there will be some interesting things happening with some major corporations.
Mm-hmm. And what about currency breakdowns and recovery? When this may happen?
This has been postponed.
And for how
Energies
long?
have shifted. Sometime next year, you might experience another dip and bounce.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like they keep the system running.
At this time.
Yes, and what about war in Ukraine? how long does it will take?
Major turning points will happen during this winter in the favor of Ukraine.
And is it possible that this war will end next year?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, more personal questions. How to distinguish between the short-term pleasure and real excitement?
The short-term pleasure can lead to excitement. For example, in the short term, you feel pleasure when you're working on your writing project or your music projects, though later you're able to release a book or release an album. So that short-term pleasure becomes long-term pleasure. Short-term pleasure can be watching a YouTube video on a subject that really excites you, and you get an epiphany that then leads to many changes in how you live your life and how you do certain things. So short-term pleasure can also be watching a meaningless cartoon show, or it can be having a bowl of ice cream, or it can be going for a meaningless sexual encounter. It can be all sorts of things. And you know the difference in that these experiences don't really lead to you building a deeper level of connection with yourself or with others. So the short-term pleasure that robs you of energy is that which does not build connection. When you're eating the bowl of ice cream, you're disconnecting from what your body really needs. When you're watching meaningless programming, you're disconnecting from what your heart and mind really need. So it's all about, does this pleasure build? Does it grow? Does this help me connect more? And does this build talent within me? Because all of you will find that you can derive so much pleasure from things that strengthen your mind and body every day. Instead, many of you choose to derive pleasure from things that rob you of energy. But you will find that pleasure works for you, and dopamine works for you in incredible ways when you choose pleasure that is sustainable and builds upon itself.
So maybe the question to ask myself is this really exciting for me, what I'm doing?
We would want you to focus on the aspect of excitement that is connection. It can be connection with yourself, or it can be connection with others, or it can be connection with spirit guides of the world around you. Remember that excitement is always connective. It's always about building connections. And when you are building connections, you're literally making new connections between the hemispheres of your brain and the neurons in your brain with the rest of your body. So focus on not just that energy of exciting, but that excitement is always loving and connection building, not connection breaking.
Because I'm simply puzzled when to watch interesting videos, for example. It's really maybe educating and entertaining, but it gives me only the pleasure of being disconnected, and really my mind can then rest. So I just...
Well, sometimes it's important for your mind to rest, but when does your mind need to rest?
When it is doing that is not exciting, right?
Well, no, your mind needs to rest before you go to sleep. So We would encourage you to save those things that don't really feel related to the larger picture of your passion for the end of the day. And that way you can still enjoy them. If you find yourself needing to rest your mind, instead do 10 minutes of meditation. And you'll find that after 10 minutes of meditation, you're not enticed to keep watching more videos or something of this nature. 10 minutes of meditation is enough to help you rest and restore yourself so that you can keep doing things that feel truly exciting. And then save those indulgences for the end of the day.
So it is just a matter of making healthy habits.
Yes.
Okay, and when I'm in excited mood, many times I just simply choose to do the things that maybe again pleasurable and will after sometimes will lead me to be out of the excitement. So I believe I'm losing the track of the or alertness of being led out of my excitement. So
Yes.
I'm just searching for a way how to stay in alert mode and always keep asking myself question, is this really exciting for me? Even I'm excited and relaxed.
We would encourage you to meditate. And you may also want to take some nootropic supplements. Meditation regulates your body's production of dopamine. And so when you do incredibly pleasurable activities, such as watching action movies or movies with intense drama or comedy where the scenes change and there's many flashing lights, your brain is flooded with immense levels of dopamine. But when you do that to your brain, then it is more difficult to sustain focus with the smaller amounts of dopamine that come when you are doing rewarding tasks. Though this can become a vicious cycle, because if you continuously flood yourself with large amounts of dopamine, then you will come to have difficult times focusing most of the time. So you need to choose to regulate your own brain. And part of this is getting comfortable with being bored. And that's why you need to meditate sometimes. And once you get good at meditating, you'll find that you can be entertained by your own inner dialogue and witnessing the flow of energy in your own body. This will also help you then to get more dopamine boost from doing things that are challenging. And you won't find as much interest in those very energy-packed expressions of programming and shows and so on and so forth. Instead, you'll find that they are overstimulating you.
Thank you. And one more question. Many times when I'm starting a new project, at the beginning, it usually looks like easy, even though I spend some time to study the topic of it. And when I start working on it, it turns out to be much more difficult. And I just simply wonder, why is that?
You didn't see or anticipate the difficulties that were coming around the corner when you started. So by assuming that it's always going to be easy, you set yourself up to be more challenged than you need to be. Instead, anticipate the challenge from the start. And also recognize that much of the challenge comes from your own insistence on perfection and on time frames. So when you let your own critical voices step back and challenge their belief systems, you'll find that you can step into flow. And flow does not imply perfection. Flow is often very flawed, but flow also knows that you can flow back over it and flow back over it and do it again and again until it is not perfect, but better. So as soon as those perfectionist voices start, you're not in flow, and you're going to be setting yourself up for bigger challenges than you would experience if you accepted the imperfection of the process.
Because in this case, usually I have then difficult times to finish the projects the way as I wish it to be finished.
Because you're being too perfectionistic and you need to lighten up and let go.
Okay. And maybe one more question.
Thank you very much.
I would like to have a question about the pyramidal energy. Can you briefly
That will be all.
describe? Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye.
And that was a timer. If anyone has yet to ask a question who would like to, we can attend to that question at this time. All right. Let us close with a meditation then. Closing your eyes, bringing your awareness into your heart center, and taking several deep breaths in and out. Breathing in completely, feeling your breath fill your body with energy, and allowing your body to release and relax as you exhale. Bring all of your focus into your heart center. And visualize your heart as a brilliant, glowing light. And feel the light from your heart go to every cell of your body, lighting you up. Maybe you feel that light as a tingling, vibrating energy. It goes out to the surface of your skin and dances within every part of your body. Focus then down to the base of your spine and to your feet. And see deep roots of energy that grow down from the soles of your feet and into the earth. Visualize these roots wrapping around the roots of many other plants and trees, and the crystals, minerals, and metals in the earth. Feel them growing deeper and deeper through all of streams of water and magma beneath the Earth's surface, all the way down to the solid crystal core of the planet. Feel this energy rising up rapidly from the center of the Earth into your body. Traveling up through your feet, through your legs, through your knees, hips, and then up into the rest of your body. this deep grounded earth energy. Now let's rise all the way up to the top of your head. And there at the top of your head, see? A great pillar of light that opens up and surrounds your body. See this pillar of light going all the way up into the center of the galaxy. Travel through this pillar of light up through the top of your head. And feel this energy channel pass through your moon and pass through your sun. And rise far and beyond, all the way up to the center of this galaxy. Go through the center of this galaxy. And see it open up into an endless, formless field of brilliant light. From this galactic center now, travel down, but see this time, particular new image. Visualize a cosmic serpent that is white and gold with glimmering and iridescent scales. Travel rapidly down from the galactic center. Its body flows down, yet still an unseen tail travels or remains in the galactic center. And this wondrous cosmic serpent moves through all of these many stars, moves through your sun and moves through your moon, and goes down into the crown of your head and enters your own body. Yes, this galactic light fills your body, lighting up your cells. This cosmic serpent begins to descend through your body. This cosmic serpent drops and drops and drops and drops deeper. Coming then all the way to the base of your spine. And visualize now this cosmic serpent moving through your body and living inside of your own root chakra. This cosmic serpent loops its way up to the heart and then back down to the root, up to the heart and back down to the root. The cosmic serpent has come here today to remind you that your spirituality as a human is here in your form. And that the energy from all the way beyond, from the galactic center and from all of the dimensions exists here in this dimension. You are not moving beyond physical reality. You are bringing the higher dimensional energy into physical reality in order to transform it. And you do this through your deep, deep connection with your being and with your body. Let this cosmic serpent in and allow yourself to get acquainted with this lower part of your body, this part of your body that so often you may be unconscious of. Here are your blessings. Here are your remedies. Here is where the deepest healing will come. Let yourself be open. Let yourself be grounded. Let yourself be truly and deeply connected with everything within you at this deep level. When you find yourself distracted, bring yourself back to your breath and back to this part of your body. Feeling your breath at your belly and at your root. And imagining this cosmic serpent with its tail still hidden in the galactic center. Come all the way down to meet you at your root chakra. And to dance with your own body's Kundalini. Let this energy in. Let this energy reach you. Knowing that the deepest parts of you are where your deepest medicines and magic lie. Our great and powerful unconditional love to you. And we thank you once again for co-creating and sharing with us in this transmission today. Oh. All right. How's everybody doing?
Thank you, Dante.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
you.
Dante, if I may, sometimes when everybody is muted, there is some noises come from nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe the birds.
There is like a intertwined communication. Some voices appear, but everybody's muted.
I heard that too. Yeah, I don't understand what that is, but I heard some voices coming in, so I don't know. It can be glitchy. Could be glitchy. The phone was also still vibrating. I'm sorry. I thought I turned it on the do not disturb mode, but I did hear it vibrating a couple times now. Yeah, well, anyway, everyone, thank you again for joining today, and hope to see you next month. In the meantime, I'm available for personal consultations to go deeper with your questions and your healing journey and the Pleiadian Council. All the information is on dantestarshine.com. And in the Zoom chat, you can see I posted the links to donate if you'd like to support these sessions and continuing to happen and being freely offered. Really thank you, and it really goes a long way in making my journey possible and my ability to offer this freely possible. Channeling and intuitive healing course will probably start again when we have some people signed up, as the first one is coming to a close. So if you want to go deeper, I offer free program consultations where you can ask some questions and see if this program's the right fit for you. Though everyone who's joined so far has had a really powerful journey, and it's such a privilege to watch all of these lives transform and grow and evolve. So thank you again for being a part of the journey and for doing everything in your lives to live your excitement, to let your heart shine, to live a more holistic and connected life, and follow the spirit, as that's what's changing this world and changing this reality, which is a pretty crazy reality out there right now. And so it needs all of us doing this work to really change and shift and transform. And yeah, way to go. Thanks for being here and doing it.
Do you have one second?
Yeah, what's up?
I don't know if you heard about it, but Adronis, the being from Brad Johnson, said next year it will be the end. We reach a very good timeline. It's only about continuing our efforts, and next year it will be the end of I don't know how to say, of difficulties, and we will start to create a very good. Said we are right now in a very, very good position. Have you heard about this?
No, but that sounds exciting.
Yes.
But also beings like that have said things of this nature for a very long time. So let's see. Some people thought in 2012 the whole world was going to ascend and everything was going to shift in an instant, and then they were very disappointed. So the ultimate message is that everything is here and now, and your liberation is here and now, and your power is here and now, and your love is here and now, and so is everything else too. So to not look outside of us and not set expectations on the future, but put our expectations on the present, on ourselves, in accepting, loving, embracing, and doing everything in our power to let the love within us grow. So that's where our real salvation lies. It's here and now,
Yes,
and
yes.
not 2024 or 2025 or 2030 or whenever else we want to think about.
Yes, I have an annoying thought. It's I have very light. I don't know. They said light spiritual friends. They said they don't want to be bothered by people with lower vibrations. So I don't know
But
what.
judgment is a lower vibration itself. So a lot of people in the spiritual community are just judging people who don't have spiritual interests. But that judgment itself is lower dimensional, because in a higher dimensional energy, there's no judgment. The Pleiadian Council isn't coming here and judging us and being like, you stupid humans, you haven't woke up yet, and we've been talking to you for all of these years. They're coming here with love, and they're coming here with patience. And if you ask, the same questions, they will answer it again. So, to judge the people who aren't awake is a very not awake thing to do.
It's what I thought, because I have a lot of friends who
Yeah.
turn me down because of that, and I have a friend who has no family, no one to talk to, but
Yeah.
she needs someone to talk to, and I give patience and time for her, and I don't understand people bashing or putting an end, not trying to help. So
Yeah.
I understand what you are saying. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Love compassion for all, love compassion for all. It's the way. All right, yeah. So also for people who might not know, I do astrology readings too, and that can help with things of timing and understanding ourselves in deeper ways. So just thought I'd mention that. But I do have to kind of hop off now. Got many other things happening today. So I look forward to sharing with you again next time, and hope you have a really beautiful and blessed one. Ciao for
Thank
now.
you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.